If you have a puppy or a dog, it's vital that you keep all of the vaccinations and worming and flea treatments up to date. When you get a new puppy, you'll have a vaccination card and you should find that they've had the initial boosters. So the very first thing you want to do with any puppy is take them straight to the vet and make sure you've had their boosters, because they'll have to have some extra vaccinations to make sure that they are okay to then go out and mix with other dogs. Now, all of this main advice on vaccinations you'll get from your local veterinary surgeon. Phone them up, go and see them, take the dog in, and then they'll give them the relevant vaccinations. And what they'll also give you is a vaccination card. And these sort of vaccination cards are where all the main records are kept for your dog. So this one here is Deco's card, and what they'll say in the front is just put the basic details of the dog inside. We've also got here her microchip. Now, microchips are really good for all animals. It's a little electronic tag that goes inside the dog, just put underneath the skin, and then they can detect. So that chip has got a special number. When they put that number into the computer, they'll be able to tell exactly who the owners are, phone number, and hopefully get rehomed very, very quickly. Other information in the books will just give a little bit of information about what sorts of things you're going to be vaccinating against. And then from here, you'll see these little stickers. These stickers are actually off of the vaccination that's given to the dog. So what the vet will do is peel the sticker off of the bottle, put it into the card. All the lot numbers and expiry dates are all listed down there. The vet will put the date the vaccination was given, sign it, and also note when the next vaccinations are due. There's different sort of colours on here. Some of them will be because they are different drugs or different brands. Others here, Deco, we have done vaccinated for all sorts of things, including rabies. And then it will just carry on, and all the new vaccinations go through. This particular vet here, a current vet, his rubber stamp just puts on there, so he's got the details. So it gives a formal record of all the vaccinations. Other vaccination records can be in the form of pet passports. What we got here is all the main records to prove that she's had the relevant initial vaccinations for her rabies vaccinations. And again, this is then kept up to date as well, so it will enable her to travel anywhere that dogs are allowed to travel, usually within Europe. But if you are travelling with your dog at any time, contact your vet. They'll be able to tell you loads more information about that. Other tags than they might find, this is one that Deco's literally just had her vaccinations, and she'll have that on her soon. It's just a little tag. It goes on her collar, and sometimes different vets will give you this type of thing, and it will just indicate to anybody that she's actually got that vaccination as well. Now, the sorts of things you may well have to do yourself with the dogs are worming. Now, worming is normally done in the form of a tablet. There are other types of wormers available, but the tablet wormers sometimes can be a little bit hard to give to a dog. Now, with Deco, she has 2.5 of the tablets. Now, don't take this as said that all tablets are the same size. You must do what your vet tells you to do. The next problem is how do you get the tablet into the dog? Now, you might want to wrap it up in a bit of food, or you can get special dog treats. They've got a hole in the middle, and you just pop the tablet inside that. The trouble is with some of those things is a clever dog might well chew it up, spit the tablet out. Others, you might try and put a tablet in the dog's mouth, and this can be quite difficult as well, because sometimes you'll put it in their mouth and then they'll just try and spit it out. Now, we're not going to do this with Deco. You don't want to stress her out, it's too hot to do this sort of thing. But if you do have a tablet, you can just take the tablet and you can push it into the back of the mouth, literally just push it down her throat. What she'll then do is, especially sometimes we just tap her nose slightly, it'll make her put her tongue out. And because the tongue comes out, it just helps the tablet go down. It just depends. If I put a tablet in her mouth now, she just spit it out. If you pop it to the back of her throat, that's fine, especially if we've got maybe a favourite treat to give her afterwards. Again, we're giving tablets to dogs. If you've never done this type of thing before, get advice from your local vet or pet store or wherever you've actually got the tablets from. Next thing is flea treatments. Now, there's loads of different treatments and brands on the market. This is Deco's one. All you do with these is, if you open up the packet, inside you'll see a little tube, and you take the lid off, snap the top off, and then you put this on. It's just a spot-on type treatment. You just put it usually onto the back of the head, the top part of the spine, and as you drop it on, it absorbs into the skin, and this will give her protection against different parasites. And there's different ones for different areas. It depends where you are. If your dog lives, for example, in Northern Europe and Southern Europe, you have different treatments. Again, it's just why you want to always consult a vet or a professional in getting this medication. The packet, when you've finished with it, make sure you dispose of that correctly. You don't want children getting hold of this, so store it out of reach. And also you want to make sure you store it within the guidelines of the manufacturers. So have a look in the packet. Some of them you may need to keep in the fridge, and this might well go for some other drugs and treatments as well for your dog. All the treatments as well, usually have a little sticker on. And what you can do here is pop a date. And you put this little sticker onto your calendar, something like that, just to indicate when the dog's due the next flea treatment. Now what we do with the dogs is also use diaries, or maybe you've got a mobile phone with a calendar on it, or your calendar on Google or your normal web search engine. Put all the dates of when the wormer was given and when the flea treatments were given and when the next one's due. Always make sure you've got enough in stock. Again, just often give your vet a ring, or when you take your dog along for its routine checkups, then ask your vet for some more flea treatments or wormers. With wormers and flea treatments, a lot of these are based on the weight of your dog. So if you've got a dog that's a young one, getting older and getting heavier, you probably need to give more drug to the dog as it gets larger. Also, dogs get elderly, sometimes they get larger or smaller. So you want to make sure you keep the weight of your dog recorded. Most veterinary surgeries, often pet stores as well, will have digital dog scales. If not, you might want to just stand on your home scales, weigh yourself first, and then pick your dog up, and then weigh the both of you, and then take the difference between the two. That'd be the weight of the dog. So make sure you give the correct dose according to instructions by your vet, based on the weight of your dog that they are now, not what they were, on the last treatment.